Hi, Tavia. Hey, Jackie, Lynette.
Can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
So gloomy here in Charlotte.
It's raining here as well, but it's supposed to turn pretty by the afternoon with sunshine, warm weather. I'm excited.
Like that. I like that. Lynette, I saw you said that your microphone isn't working. Is it an issue that it's not plugged in again? I know that might be a kind of obvious answer, but I know that Jenny was having that issue the other day with me. Good morning, Bart.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Doing great. Doing great. Yeah. How's everyone doing over there?
We are well. It is kind of gloomy in our areas, but where are you coming from today?
I am in Florida.
Okay, so how's it looking over there?
Sunny and 80 degrees as usual.
Uh,
All right, let's get this all set.
Hey, Lynette, don't worry about the speakers right now. If you have any questions, just go ahead and throw them in the chat, and then you and I can discuss afterward on how to fix that issue of your microphone. How is everyone else doing? Tavia, hi, how are you? Okay, I think we'll give it a couple minutes as people tend to join. I know people are preparing for R4, so they're kind of hectic and all over the place. Let's give it just a couple of minutes and then we can go ahead and get started. I will be introducing Bart soon, so just go ahead and hang tight for me, guys. Hi, Kathy. Creepy hand. Just- For the new people joining us, just hang tight. We're going to give it a few minutes to allow others to hop on the call before we start. Okay, I think it's safe to say we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so we have Bart, sorry if I'm going to completely botch your last name, but I believe it's Italian, so I'm going to say it's Marchioni.
Yeah, Marchioni. Yeah, that's close enough. Good enough.
Awesome. Okay, so today we are going over RealScout. This is a buyer lead kind of conversion platform. It's supposed to help the experience of the agent with the client in terms of having the client kind of be in the driver's seat and choose kind of the home experience that they want. You know, being a new buyer, they kind of want certain things within their home. So this kind of helps them pick out that experience along the way. And it also helps the agent kind of feel more professionalized, and that client feels more important when they're working with this platform. So in a few moments, I'll have the pleasure of introducing Bart officially, but he is the VP of Brokerage Relations with RealScout. He has been with RealScout going on almost 10 years now, Bart, I assume.
Yep, it's our 10-year anniversary.
Awesome, good for you, that's great. And prior to that, he was a practicing agent himself. So we have a well-informed and knowledgeable professional here to show you how RealScout will help you and your clients. So without further ado, Bart, thank you for joining us today, and go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Anna. I really appreciate it. Hello, everybody. Hello, Charlotte. It's great to be here. Yes, let me share my screen with you and we'll go ahead and get started, okay? Everybody can see that now? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, all right, cool. So yes, as Anna said, my name is Bart Marchioni. I'm VP of Brokerage Relationships here at RealScout. Yeah, and as Anna mentioned, we're a company that was founded out in Silicon Valley about 10 years ago by real estate agents for real estate agents. So our company was founded by real estate agents and myself included. I was a real estate agent in the San Francisco Bay Area for 10 years. So I've been in your shoes. I can relate to all the joys and challenges of being an agent. My role here at the company is to make sure that all of our brokerage partners are getting success with our platform, and I do a lot of the product training as well. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about our agenda for today's training, folks. We're going to start off with an explanation of what RealScout is. RealScout has been available at your company for quite some time now, for a few years. But if you're new to the platform, if you don't know what it is, we'll start off with an explanation of how it fits into your business. I think it's important you understand how to integrate it into your workflow. And then I'll give you a demo of what the experience is like for your clients on the platform. As Anne just mentioned, it's a very interactive platform that's going to help you work with your both buyers and sellers, actually. RealScout is a platform that can help you with both of those clients. And we'll talk about how you can get some more help and contact us if you need assistance. Okay. So folks, RealScout is a company on a mission to rebuild the way that you collaborate with your clients during the process of buying and selling homes. So to do that, we put together a safe haven for collaboration. So RealScout is primarily a search platform and a listing alert system that's designed to keep your buyers connected to you throughout the home shopping process. Okay, it's a very interactive platform. They can search for their homes using real MLS data. It's a private platform, so you invite them to use it. And then it's a private, safe environment where you and your clients can shop for their next home together. The whole time they use the site, we keep track of what they're doing. So we'll see, we can show you if they're opening your emails, if they're looking at properties, how many times, what kind of feedback they have. So that's the really cool part. You'll be able to see what's important to them so you can help them find that perfect home faster. Now, a whole new part of the platform that we just launched last year is a part for sellers. Now, we gather up all the buyer activity, and then we can understand the demand in the marketplace. So you can see, for example, how many buyers are searching in a particular area or what price ranges they're searching in. And you can use this information to work with sellers and win listings. Okay, so this is really cool. There's a bunch of features there I'm excited to show you in just a few moments, but the whole system is designed to help you close more transactions. Okay, in fact, that's our company's mission. Every time a home is sold on the platform, we hang up one of these postcards on our conference room wall to remind ourselves that's what we're here for, to help you grow your business. So let's take a look at the platform, and we'll start with the first part. And here's an easy way to describe how it fits into your workflow, folks. NAR says it takes about 20 weeks for the average consumer to find their perfect home. At the beginning of the process, before they've chosen an agent to work with, we all know they're out there on the internet shopping anonymously, right? A couple decides to buy a house. They say, honey, what do we do? I don't know, Google it. And they end up on one of those national search portals, don't they? Right? Zillow, Redfin, Troy. I know. I call them the three-headed monster because love them or hate them, that's where a lot of those consumers are, right? Because those sites spend millions of dollars driving traffic to their websites. And then they just turn around and sell leads back to agents, right? I know it's a very frustrating process. It doesn't matter if you get leads through any of those sites, or if you do lead generation in a more traditional way, like open houses or referrals. The next step in the process is for a consumer to choose an agent to work with to help them find that home. And that's when you're nurturing and converting leads into clients and clients into transactions, aren't you? Right? And that's why RealScout put together that collaboration platform to help you stay connected during that process and not have them shopping on those other sites. Okay. And of course, once a client finds a home, you have all kinds of tools to help them close the transaction and move in. So folks, you can see RealScout's in the center of the client lifecycle here. Okay. It's all about lead conversion. Okay. Not necessarily lead generation. We're going to help you convert the leads you're already generating at a greater rate. Okay. And I ask agents all across the country, well, what do you use to send listings to your clients now? And they usually tell me the MLS, right? I bet you're doing the same thing too. Well, the MLS is great for a lot of things, but, historically, the MLS is not a great client experience. And that's why RealScout built that client collaboration platform to help you, again, stay connected. So rather than have your clients shopping on those other sites. So we're going to ask you, the next time you get a new lead or client, instead of putting them into the MLS, let's try using RealScout instead. Okay, it's going to give you a better experience and better results. So folks, you can think of RealScout as the best alternative to using the MLS to send listings to your clients. Okay, so when it comes time to send a listing to your buyer, use RealScout. You're going to get great experience. Let me show you how it works. Okay. So we're going to take you through a demo here. The workflow is you get a new lead, new referral, whatever it might be. You put them into RealScout and set them up with a search using the same criteria you have available through Canopy. All right, so all the MLS filters are in RealScout. And then our system is going to send beautiful listing alerts to your clients that look like this. Now, here's an actual email that was sent to me as a test client, for example. And it's got a couple properties there in Charlotte that's referring to. Big, pretty pictures, all the info they'd expect to see. And the whole system is branded to you. So it's got your picture and your contact info and your company branding. Okay. Well, in this case, it's our fictitious agent, Bobby Broker. Okay. But what's really interesting about this email, though, is this conversational introduction here at the top of the screen that was automatically written by our system on your behalf. This one, for example, says, hi, Bart, I found some properties that might interest you. Situated on a secluded private lot, 311 McCalloway Road is a ranch-style home that has hardwood floors an open floor plan, and a kitchen island. Situated on a cul-de-sac, 1327 Charter Place features granite countertops, a finished basement, and an attached garage. So our system has picked out these interesting characteristics of the home and highlighted them in this email based on what's important to your client. Yeah, based on their preferences. I'll tell you how our system figures that out in just a moment. But because they're tailored to what's important to your client, they get 10 times better click-through rates than typical real estate emails. So I know you're going to get great results by using RealScout to send listings to your clients than something else. So let's pretend we're the client. We just got this email from our agent, Bobby Broker, and we want to see the details of this home. So I can click on the photo or the address or the details button, and it's going to automatically log me into the RealScout site. Now from here, the first thing you notice, it's a full screen browser experience, folks. It's designed to look like one of those national search portals. But as I said, this one's yours with your picture, your contact info, and your branding in the upper right. When the clients come to the site, we want them to explore these listings. And photos are a great way to do that, right? So you click on it and it brings up what we call our lightbox view here. And the client can scroll through all 33 photos one by one if they want to. But you'll notice at the top of the screen, we've categorized every room of the home. So if the client wants to see a picture of the kitchen, they just click on kitchen. How cool is that? Or maybe see what the dining room's like, living room, bedrooms, bathrooms. Isn't that cool? Miscellaneous rooms, outside shots. So our system is doing this automatically. We developed some technology called computer vision that uses artificial intelligence to automatically categorize these photos. This makes it easy for your clients to find what they're looking for. Okay, so now on the listing detail page here, there's lots of ways that the clients can interact with you on the site. So first and foremost, on the right side, we ask them, which characteristics of the home do they like or dislike? And I say, yeah, I like the style, and it's a nice kitchen. I don't know about the neighborhood so much, and I think the price could be a little better. Right below it, we ask them about the specific features of the home, such as, I don't know, ceiling fans and kitchen island. And yeah, I like being on a level lot and a ranch style, even being near things like cafes and restaurants and supermarkets and things like that. So as the client clicks on these features, we build a profile about them. So we can start to tell them which homes have more of the things they're interested in or are near things they're interested in. Yeah, and these are the characteristics that power those emails that I showed you a moment ago, right? So if they say they like kitchen islands, for example, and a home comes on the market in the future that has a kitchen island, we'll highlight that, we'll point it out, right? It helps get those incredible click-through rates on your emails, and it makes it more personalized and relevant. Now, speaking of personalization and being near things, we can let the client put their own points of interest in, and then we can calculate how long it'll take to get from these homes to their favorite locations. And it could be their work address or their kid's school or the airport, for example. And they can calculate how long it would take to drive to downtown Charlotte, or maybe over to the airport. Oh, the biking commute isn't working there. But it takes 34 minutes to drive over to Charlotte Douglas Airport. So it's kind of cool. It makes it more relevant and specifically personalized to them. All right, in the upper right here, we ask them what they think about these properties. Are they interested or not? And if they say they're interested, well, then they're keeping track of it. And they're organizing their properties into ones they like and ones they don't, just like in real life. Right? And they can rate homes here. They can send you messages. I like this one, something like that. Just send you a quick note. Or they might say something like, I'd like to see it, and even suggest a date, maybe tomorrow. Now you have a showing request in your inbox. Okay, those are always the best type of messages to get, right? So we'll make sure we send that off to your email, but we also can notify you via text message when you have a message pop up, or showing request or some feedback on those properties. Okay, so you won't miss an opportunity to communicate with your clients. Okay. So now there's lots of interactivity here. If the clients don't do all that, it's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. But the more they do, the smarter the system becomes, and the more the info you'll have about what's important to your clients. Yeah. Okay, so now everything comes right from Canopy MLS. So here on the left is the public description. Here's some basic characteristics, source of the listing. Right below it are the open houses. And you can see it says there's an open house scheduled for this property, and they have to click a button to see what the dates and times are. And so that's kind of cool. So when they click the button, we can tell you if they've clicked on it and they want to go to the open house. So it's kind of cool as well. I'll show you how that appears on the other side of the platform when you log in as an agent. Okay, now as I scroll down on the right-hand side are the nearby schools, including the greatschools.com rating, and then all the details about the property, listing history, individual characteristics, all the things the client needs to see right here. Okay, so that's one listing. If they want to look at others, well, of course, they can click search on the upper left and see properties on a map, just like they would on any other real estate search site. And from here at the top, they can put in a city, zip code, and here they just put in Charlotte as an example, and then select it from the list, and it's going to show the boundary for the entire city. Okay, there we go. But one of the cool things they can do with the map search is put in individual school names. So maybe they want to get their kids into Billingsville Elementary School. So type in a keyword, select it from the list. There's the actual attendance boundary for Billingsville Elementary and the homes that fall within it. Is that cool or what? So the ability to see if homes might go to a particular school is pretty cool. It's really difficult to do on other sites. So you might be saying, where'd you get that information? Because the listing agents don't always put the school that a home goes to. So we went out and purchased a database of school attendance zones. It comes from a company called Pitney Bowes. You might have heard of them. It's a nationwide geographic data provider. Same data source that Redfin uses and Zillow uses, for example. Okay, so it's a really cool way to explore these listings. And the clients they can filter their results by some basic characteristics here. They can save their search if they want to. It doesn't matter if they save the search or if you've created the search for them ahead of time. All the search results are here on the left under My Searches. And you can see Bobby Brokers created a search for me called Charlotte Luxury Homes. So you click on it, and then there's some properties in that particular radius. And as the clients go through these properties and take a look at the details, we give them a cool way that they can compare some of the homes they might like. You see the compare button right there under the price? Well, they click on that and it puts it into this column format. And it's asking us to select some more listings to compare. More interested homes, matches, or recently viewed. Let's choose some of the ones we're interested in. Okay, maybe Wendover and then Charter. There we go. Now we have 3 homes side by side. That's kind of cool. But check this out. Since we're categorizing all the photos, we can put all the kitchens side by side. All the living rooms, bathrooms, bedrooms, outside shots, miscellaneous rooms, and the map. Isn't that cool? So clients love this kind of thing. This whole visual way to search. It's really intuitive and easy to use. And that's the one. Get your clients on the site so they can have this great experience and stay connected to you during their home shopping process. Okay?
Art, I just want to reiterate what you just said, because this portion, there obviously are a lot of amazing portions of RealScout, but this portion is something that is not offered on many other platforms. So can you just reiterate that again so we can emphasize how cool this is?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I'm going to give you a summary of all the things that make the RealScout experience unique in just a moment. So yeah, this searching by room, that's a very unique thing to RealScout. The ability to search for homes that go to specific schools. I see a question has come in from Angela about the school attendance boundaries, and she says they often update those. Yes, they're updated at least every year. So I know that the boundaries can change from year to year. So we do get a new boundary location file from them every year. Okay, so they're updated frequently. Okay, yeah, and I just wanted to also point out too that no matter how your clients are looking at the RealScout site, it's mobile friendly. Okay, so a lot of clients are on the go, agents are on the go these days, and so the RealScout website is designed to look great and work great on any device. It's called mobile responsive. But we also do have mobile apps, folks. In fact, there are 2 different apps, one here on the left for your clients to search for homes. There's a separate app for you, the agent, to add your clients, keep track of their activity, and communicate with them about these listings. So the apps are optional, they're not required, but if you like to use those native apps, you can certainly download those. And if you do go to the App Store on either iOS or Android, you'll notice that there are 2 apps there. Okay, so you as the agent should be sure to download the agent app first. Okay, the home search app is for your clients. So you download the agent one, you can invite your clients to use RealScout, and then you can tell them that they can download the app later. Okay, so Yeah, as Anna mentioned, yeah, you should probably see a list of reasons why RealScout is better than the MLS, right? And why consumers prefer it. And this is a great list of reasons why. First and foremost, it's a familiar experience. We designed RealScout to be similar to the national search portals to make it an easy transition for them to come work with you on RealScout instead. Right? There's nothing worse than having your clients text you a Zillow link. Right? Hey, what do you think about this property? No, right? So give them a private, safe environment where you and the client can shop for their next home. And everything about it is personalized. It's geared towards what's important to your clients. They can specify their interest level and rate homes. It's photocentric. I showed you how they can compare properties room by room. You can't do that on the MLS or any other site because we developed that technology. It's easy to see if a home might go to a particular school. Again, can't do that in the MLS either. It's easy to send messages and request showings and communicate with your clients. Okay. It's a collaboration platform, right? You're working together to find that next home. Because if your clients are out shopping on other sites, well, you're not really working together, are you? And you have no idea what they're doing or who they're talking to, right? But on RealScout, you do. You get complete visibility into what your clients are doing on the site. And that's the really gratifying part, is to be able to see your clients' actions on these sites, okay? So this is a great list of reasons, but let's talk about your experience on RealScout now, okay? We're gonna shift gears and talk about the agent experience. I guess before I do, any questions about the client experience on RealScout?
Art, we do have one in the chat. I was actually gonna ask this as well, Danielle. So she is curious, she's saying, you may have said this already, but can it automate from a CRM? So somebody who's been in the real estate business a while and they have that large set of contacts, what's that experience and transition for them?
That's a great question. And that is related to what we're going to talk about next. And that is your experience on RealScout. Now, excuse me. I want to switch to a different tab here and show you the agent dashboard. All right, the agent dashboard is where you're going to add your clients and keep track of their activity and communicate with them. Okay, and we do have many ways that we can help you get your clients into RealScout. So Danielle, we do have integrations with other technologies and other CRMs. In fact, on the left-hand side of your dashboard here under extras, you can see there's a tab for integrations. And I will talk about some of those in just a moment. In fact, we're about to release a new integration with Follow Up Boss. Does anybody use Follow Up Boss? I know some agents are pretty excited about that platform, but we are going to be, oh, Helen does. Yay, Debbie does too. Yes, so folks, we are in the final stages of building that integration, and we're going to be making the announcement next week, as a matter of fact. So if you're using Follow Up Boss, either as an individual agent or with your team, we can connect RealScout to Follow Up Boss and keep the clients synchronized back and forth between Follow Up Boss and RealScout. So that's our latest and greatest integration we're really excited about. And we do also integrate with some other ones that you probably aren't using already, but MoxieWorks, Reliance, KVCore, a bunch of other ones as well. Okay, and you can also set up your own integrations through what's called Zapier. Now, Zapier is a third-party integration tool, and I'll cover that in a little bit, but they can connect to Exact, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So you can use Zapier as the third-party intermediary between us and Exact and many other technologies as well. Okay, so that is the integration part of it. And yeah, that helps keep RealScout integrated into your workflow as well. But let me just show you what you're looking at on your screen here before we continue on with our demo. Again, RealScout, the dashboard here is your overview of everything going on in your account. Once you have clients in the system, you'll see at the top of the screen here, for example, how many are active this week, and homes have been viewed, and emails opened, etc. In the center of the screen in this live feed, it's a chronological history of everything going on in your account. So you'll see all kinds of the client's behavior on the site. It's represented by these colorful icons here on the left. So for example, these orange envelope icons means that a client opened up one of your emails. You see Debbie opened this email a couple of days ago. And right below it, the blue eyeball icon means that Heidi viewed this property. Okay, she clicked on the email to look at the details on RealScout. Then the green thumbs up icon means the client is interested in a home. right? Remember that button? And we'll tell you what the client rated it, what they like about it and don't like about it. The red thumbs down icon means the client's not interested in a home. That's also good information, right? And then right at the top here, I saw this gray house icon means the client wants to go to an open house. Remember that button I had to click to see the open house dates and times? Well, that's how that gray icon pops up right there. So if you see all these, it's kind of increasing levels of intent, right? They're getting more and more active on the site because opening emails is good. Clicking on properties is better. But when they start saying, yes, I'm interested, or, no, I'm not, they're actually getting more active on the site. So that's great. Now, on the right side of the screen, when they start communicating with you, you'll see the messages and showing requests here under client conversations. So if you see a message pop up, you can click on it. In this case, Bobby, and by the way, I'm in Bobby Broker's account today, right? He's our demo account. He can see that his client Bart wants to go see a property. So he can have a quick conversation back and forth with the client to schedule an appointment and say, let's go. Okay. So it's very easy to, again, communicate with your clients using the RealScout system. Okay. My computer's starting to get a little sluggish. I'm going to turn my video off, folks, just to save bandwidth here. There we go. Okay. All right. So, yes, while we do offer many ways to get your clients into RealScout, the easiest way to get results with RealScout quickly is to simply add the people you're meeting to the system as you meet them. So as you're doing lead generation, you can add your clients right here at the top of the screen. All right. Click that big blue button to add a client, or you can use these quick start icons here in the middle of the screen to access our most commonly used features. So here on the left, engage clients with email alerts. Let's say you did an open house last weekend, okay? And you met some people at your open house and you want to engage them with email alerts. So you can click the button and you can see we don't need a ton of information. Let's say you met somebody at the open house named Harry Homebuyer. Okay, Harry's email address is harry@homebuyer.com. Oops. There we go. It does say email separated by comma. So if Harry was shopping for a property with his wife, Mary, you can put both of them into the system here and they'll both get copies of the listing alerts. Oops. There we go. So I clicked on the select existing client. There we go. Okay, so you can put them both in the system here. You can put a phone number and a source. You can just type in open house or something, whatever, and click create. Okay, now that client's been added to the system and now we can engage them with email alerts. So RealScout sends two types of alerts, folks. Listing alerts for sending properties to buyers, typically. Market activity alerts are for sending neighborhood updates, usually to sellers. Okay, we're going to select listing alert because the customer is looking to buy. And then right below it, you see it says select my data feed in property class. Now for Canopy, folks, you notice we have 4 different classes: residential, rentals, multifamily, and land. So depending on the type of property your client's looking for, you can select one of the classes or another. So if they're looking to rent a property, you could choose rentals. That's kind of nice. Or maybe looking to buy an investment property, each or multifamily as an example. If they're looking for a single family home or a condo or townhouse, you can just choose residential. Okay. And then at the bottom of this pop-up, it's asking us to either customize the alert or invite my client to do it instead. Now you could invite your client, you could just click that. And then the next step is to customize a little invitation here to your client. But that requires them to get the email and click on it and choose their criteria and set up their own search. And some people will do it, but most people won't, right? So I really do recommend that you customize the listing alert yourself. So you click that button and it takes you to the search page where you see a map on the left and the criteria on the right. Now you can set up the search using the same filters that you have directly from Canopy MLS. Okay, so we have all the filters. So under status, top left column here, we've got active listings. Okay, you can just select it from the list. We also have the coming soon listings. That's also important, right? That's great that they're available on RealScout. We also have the off-market statuses, including pending, expired, withdrawn, under contract here. Even the closed listings, right? The sold properties. You could even send sold listings to, I don't know, a potential buyer, potential seller, or maybe a past buyer client. That's a pretty cool way to use RealScout. Yeah, send closed listings to them. This couple's looking to buy, so I'm just going to choose active and coming soon. Property type on the right, I can choose condo or single family or both if I wanted to. Just select it from the list. Okay, there we go. That's how you do that. Under subtype, I can get even more specific with the type of property. I'll just leave that blank. You can put in a price range, beds, baths, square feet, lot size. Just put in a minimum and a maximum, or just a minimum. If you want to do 3 bedrooms or more, you just put in 3 right there. That's easy. Okay, that's fairly straightforward, folks. But let's talk about locations, because there are 3 ways to add locations to a RealScout search. Now, the first way is using this section here called locations. All right, it's just city, zip code, and subdivision. So you could just type in a keyword under city like Charlotte, okay, and then just select it from the list here. There you go, and you have the entire city. Or you can just type in more cities, just type it in, hit enter, or select it from the list. Very simple, okay? Now, you don't need to put in the city and then the zip code and then the subdivision. What you can do is you can just put the subdivision, for example, okay? Just the area you want, the smallest of the areas. That's easy, okay? So that's how you put in the MLS-based locations. These are the fields that come right from Canopy MLS. Now, the second way to add a location is right below it, called school and location boundaries. Now, remember earlier I told you we purchased a database of school attendance zones? It comes from a company called Pitney Bowes. Well, this single field here is searching that nationwide geographic database. It has nothing to do with the MLS-based locations, okay? It happens to be a nationwide geographic database that contains cities, neighborhoods, zip codes, as well as school names. Most agents use this field just for schools, though. So if I put in Billingsville as our example from earlier, you see it pops up here on the bottom. I select it, and then there again is the boundary for the school and the homes that fall within it. So that's how you create a listing alert for homes that go to a specific school. Isn't that cool? Yeah, a lot of times clients will say, hey, I want to get my kids into XYZ school. And you can also put in middle schools here, high schools, and see where the overlapping areas are, for example. So it's a pretty cool way to see, which homes are in those school boundaries. Okay, now the third way to add a location is to draw on the map yourself. You can move it around, you can zoom it around with these controls here on the left. You can make it full screen if you want to really get zoomed into your area here. And then what you can do is draw on the map with these black icons and draw a polygon, a square, or a circle. Okay, so you can draw a polygon, for example, maybe around the north part of the city here. You just click, move your mouse, click, move your mouse, click, click, click the remaining point there. Okay, that's how you draw a shape. Very simple. Now you can also put multiple shapes on the same map. Maybe you want to put a square over here, okay, or maybe even a radius over here. There you go. Just sometimes clients will say, oh, I want to live here, but I'd also consider over there. Okay, so that is how you draw shapes on the map. Now, if you make a mistake, you can click the edit icon here and change the size of one of these shapes, for example, or just click the trash can icon and then click on a feature to remove, click on a feature to remove, and then be sure to save your map changes, folks, to let it know you're done editing. Okay. All right, so that's how you draw on the map. I see a questions popped up here that's relevant to what we're talking about. Tabia asks, is there a way to search a distance and or drive time from an address? Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to do a drive time search at this time, not yet. We are looking into that. But I can tell you, if you use the radius tool here, Tabia, you can click and drag to draw a circle. You see that? And as I drag the circle, you can see the number of miles there. So you could do a search for maybe, I don't know, somewhere within 3.5 miles of a particular address. There you go. That's a 3.5 mile radius around that particular address. So that's how you can do that. All right. Now, that's not drive time, but it certainly is a radius. Okay. So hopefully that helps. Let me click on that feature to remove, and again, save my map changes. And then I'm going to minimize my map and bring back my criteria on the right. Okay. So now, folks, keep in mind, there is another section right below it called schools. Okay. And this is dependent on what the listing agent said, right? This is based upon the MLS-based school information. So if the listing agent didn't specify the school, then, you put something in here, you might miss one of the properties. Just keep that in mind. This section here, based on the MLS information, this section based on Pitney Bowes geographic boundaries, nothing to do with the MLS-based locations. Okay. All right, so just keep that in mind. You can try these out, see which one works best for you and your clients. As you scroll down, there's more features here, interior, exterior, lot features, etc. You know, what's really important, I understand in your area, is to find a home that has a master bedroom on the main floor, for example. So there's a section at the bottom here called level, and you can choose what level you want the bedroom to be on, main floor, for example, and then the type of bedroom here, the primary bedroom, something like that. Okay, so master on main, that's how you do that. Now, if you don't see a field that you need for your search, click the blue button to add or remove search options. And now you can see here every single field that's in Canopy MLS. Okay, so if you want to just scroll through, you can, or you can type in a keyword like, I don't know, heating type. Oops, heating type. There you go. You can add that to your search form. Click done, and it's down here under other right here. Okay, so you can add any field from the Canopy that you need. And it's calculating results real time at the top of the screen here as you enter these criteria. And when you're happy, go ahead and click Save to Client, and then we can lock this search in, okay? Now we'll give it a name. Let's call it Harry's Dream Homes, something like that. And then alert schedule right below it determines how frequently the system is going to send listings to your clients. Now the default in this list here is daily, which means every morning we'll send a listing alert to your clients with the homes that came on the market yesterday. Now you can change that to a PM schedule if you want, or you could uncheck certain days and send them a weekly search that goes out on Wednesdays. Up to you, or maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay. Now, if that's not fast enough, maybe you want to choose ASAP, right? Which means as soon as a listing comes on the market, we'll automatically send a listing alert to your clients. Okay, one listing per email. Now, since it's automatic, you can choose to send a copy to yourself, so you can see what they get at the same time. Now, there's also a mode here called hand-picked. You see that? That's a manual mode, folks. It means we don't notify the client. We notify you that there are listings to approve for your client, okay? So you'd be required to come in the system and decide whether to send it or not, okay? So sometimes that's called concierge mode in the MLS. I don't know if you've used that before, but that's how you'd use a manual search there. There's also a monthly mode here for maybe sending comps to a past buyer client or a seller. Okay, so we go back to daily here and point out a couple other options. Right here, suppress natural language intros. Remember that conversational introduction to the email I showed you a while back? Well, if you don't like the way that sounds, you can turn that off. That's how you do that. Now this option here, this is great. Send open house reminder before each weekend. Now, of course, we'll send all the results to your client that match their search, but every Friday afternoon, we'll send them an email that says, here are some of your matches that are open this weekend. Right, great reason to get out in the field and look at more properties with your clients. Now, once you're happy with the settings, go ahead and click Save right there underneath your logo. Okay, and then it's going to take us to the list of those 13 properties that are on the market right now. And it's going to ask us, what should we do with the ones that haven't been sent to the client yet? Now, you could send them all with one button click here and include a custom message if you like, but you might want to say, no, do not send. I want to pick and choose them myself. Now, you'll notice they're all sitting here in a queue. They're sent and trash. Now they're sitting in the queue waiting for you to do something with them. Okay, they won't be sent unless you decide to send them yourself out of this initial batch. Okay, so maybe the clients told you they don't like these two homes here. They already saw them and ruled them out. You can check the little box next to them, and then you get options to send or trash them. I'll click the trash can icon. It says these will never be sent to Harry and Mary. That's fine. Now we've got 11 to review because those two moved over here to the trash can. Okay. So now I can continue going through the list here and decide whether to send them to the client or not. I can click on it to view more details about the listing. Now remember, I'm logged in as an agent, so I'm going to see different things here than the client would see. So if I want to see right here on the right under actions, I can view the listing as home buyer if I want to see the public view of this listing. I can share it. I can print it with or without the agent information. Here's the public description, basic characteristics. On the right side of the screen, I can share it with other clients. You know, it's really easy to share properties. I mean, if I'm going through this list for Harry and Mary, but I realize, wow, this would be a great property for my client, Andrea, I can send it to her as well. Say, you would love this. Okay. So again, it's very easy. She'll get a separate copy of the email. Cool. Right below it, I can see who the listing agent is. In this case, it's Jen Weldon. I can send Jen a message right here from RealScout and say something like, hi, Jen, my clients love your listing. Can we make an appointment for tomorrow? Okay, so I don't need to go back to the MLS to see who the listing agent is. And over here on the left, I can see the private agent remarks. Also important, right? I can see the showing instructions, commission rate, occupant. Okay, some information here that I need to make an appointment to go see this property with my client. You don't have to go back to the MLS for that. The listing history right below it and all the details about the property right down below. Okay, so now on this pop-up here, I can select it at the very top of the screen. I can go to the next listing from here, select it, or I can just go back to the list and select them all, for example, and choose to send the remaining 11. So I click that button, and now it gives me that same custom message pop-up here, folks. So if this is the first time you're communicating with a client, you should definitely include a nice custom message here. Hi, Harry. It was nice to meet you at the open house, blah, 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 blah. You know, here are the properties we talked about. I'll keep in touch. Send now. There you go. Now we've sent those 11 properties off to the client, and they can start, searching with you. So remember, we're kind of back at the beginning of the demo, right? Where they click on the email and they are logged in with you. There's no registration process for the client, okay? Because you've already added them. All right, so they just start searching and they just start engaging with you on the RealScout platform. So that's how easy it is to set up a search for a client. And you might want to see exactly what they're doing on the site, right? So you can click clients in the left-hand navigation bar and see all the people you're adding to the system right here. Pardon me. Okay, so from here, I can type in a keyword to find somebody like, where's Harry? Oh, there's Harry. I can sort this list by these column headers here, see who's viewing the most homes. Oh, that's me. Who's interested in the most homes? Also me. I can change this to 30 days to see who's opened the most emails this month. Oh boy, that's interesting here. Look at this. Lori has opened 8 emails this month, but hasn't viewed a single property. Maybe I should reach out to Lori and find out if she's still in the market or not. Okay. By the way, any of these people who have a pink band on their line here means they do not have a search set up. Okay, you might want to set up a search for them. You can also star a client here if you want to make sure that they're you give them a little bit more attention. These mean that they're a little more important client. Okay. I'm going to click on my contact record here and show you a client contact page though. So there's 4 tabs across the top of the screen: email alerts, client profile, recent activity, and client details. Now from the email alerts tab, I can set up and manage as many searches as I want for a client. Okay, so under listing alerts here, I can add another one if I want to. Maybe I want to set up another search for rentals this time, or multifamily properties. Okay, so you can do that very easily. Client can have as many searches as you want. You can change the frequency easily. You can view the results, edit the criteria, even copy it to another client. This is kind of cool. If you do the same type of search over and over again, maybe with a complex polygon or something, and you want to create it once, and then you can copy it to other clients. That's kind of cool. Time saver. Right below it, market activity alerts. We're going to talk about those next. And then at the bottom, it says we send price and status change alerts for the homes your client are interested in. Okay. So if you don't want them to get those, you can uncheck that box right there. Okay. Now, client profile, the next tab over, this is where those feature preferences live. Now, remember earlier I showed you the clients can click on these hearts and these thumbs up and thumbs down, like they like, French doors and crown molding and gourmet kitchens and things like that. Okay, these all fill in automatically as your client clicks on those characteristics. But the key thing to understand here, folks, is they will not exclude any homes from their search. These are just preferences. Okay, all they do is personalize their home search. Okay. The listing alert, that has the filters that choose the properties. These are preferences, just things they like and don't like about homes. Okay. Now on the right here, you can add some of their commute locations if you want to pre-populate those yourself. Now the recent activity tab, the next one over, this is my favorite tab. This is where you get all the details about this specific client's actions on the site, like the email activity. Did they get my email? Did they open it? When did they open it? On the right side of the screen, you'll see a visual representation of where the client is searching. Now, yours already be zoomed into Charlotte, and mine's already over the country. Okay, so you can see the blue pins are the ones that they're viewing, red hearts are the ones that they love, They start popping up in a different location. Well, maybe their search has changed. You want to reach out and find out why. Right below it, you'll see a list of the homes that the client is viewing, right? The ones they're clicking on. You can see the current status, all the details here. Right below it, the homes they're interested in, right? The green thumbs up button. Below that, the homes they're not interested in, the red thumbs down button. And finally, the homes they're giving you feedback on, whether they like the kitchen, but not the price, okay? So all the details you need to help your client get into their perfect home faster are right here. All right, the last tab here, client details. This is where you can add some more information about your client, phone numbers, addresses, additional contacts. So you can add more people to the search later if you want to right here. Add some notes about the client, okay? But remember, RealScout is not really designed to be a CRM, but we do keep track of basic contact details right here, okay? All right, so that's how you add a client, keep track of their activity, and communicate with them, okay? So let's see, there are some questions that have popped up. Let's see, the hand-picked feature helps you get, yeah, oh, that's from you, Anna. Okay. Yeah, hand-picked is great because, you can actually pick and choose the listings before they're sent to the client. Some agents like to work like that, yeah. Okay, Kelly asked, would this be user-friendly for someone like my mom who's not internet savvy? Yeah, that is a good question, Kelly. We designed RealScout to be very intuitive and user-friendly and very easy to use. So I do believe it would be. And we do actually have a tutorial that you can send to your clients or your mom to help her understand how to use the client interface of RealScout. I'll show you how to get access to that tutorial in just a few moments under our support site here. But I appreciate the question. Okay, good. Okay, with that, let's shift gears, folks. And I want to go on to the third part of the equation, which is these new features for working with sellers. All right, and there are 3 steps for working with sellers on RealScout. All right, so step 1 is to engage your sphere of influence with market alerts. Now, these are a totally new type of alert that we just introduced that will keep your clients up to date with the demand in the market, like how many buyers are searching and what price ranges they're searching in. And hopefully will lead to listing appointments. That's step 2. When you have a listing presentation coming up, you can run a test the market report to see how that listing might perform, like how many buyers match, and pick the perfect price for it. And step 3 is once you have a listing and it's on the MLS, you can sell it more effectively using the My Listings dashboard. So let's take a look at these features and start with market alerts, okay? So back on our dashboard, there are 3 ways to add a market alert. You can just click market alerts right here on the left. If you want to play around with the feature, you can click learn more about markets from our quick start icons here. Or you can add a client and create a market alert that way. You saw that earlier. Let me show you that again. So this time, let's add someone else to the system. Let's say I met somebody in my neighborhood farm named Sally Home Seller this time. And her email address is sally@seller.com. And I met her in my neighborhood farm while I was door knocking the other day. Now I'm going to click create, and boom, she's in my database. Now I'm going to engage her with client email alerts, right? And then this time I'm going to choose market activity alert. And the pop-up changes here and it's asking me to select a market. So I can type in a city, zip code, or neighborhood. So I can put in Charlotte as an example. Again, select it from the list. I could also draw a custom shape if I wanted to draw around her neighborhood or something and even choose a price range. But I'm just going to put in Charlotte for now and click view market report. Okay, folks, so now it's going into our system to take a look at all the buyers that are searching in Charlotte. And you can see the market activity statistics right here. So there have been 2,169 active buyers searching on RealScout in Charlotte. Now, what is an active buyer in this case? It's not all the buyers in the marketplace, not every single one. We don't have visibility into all those. And it's not the buyers on the MLS or on Zillow or any other site. These are the buyers searching on RealScout with their agent, okay? So these are people who've been entered into the system, into the RealScout system, and are shopping for a home. And you can see how active they are. There's an incredible number of buyer interactions here, 87,000 times they've interacted with listings, okay? Interactions include requesting showings, providing feedback, okay? Interacting with their agent. So lots of interactivity. And right below it, you can see where these buyers are searching. Now, this is called a heat map, folks. You can see a visual representation of where the buyers are searching. Now, darker colors indicate more popular neighborhoods. So this is really cool. You know, historically, as agents, we look at the market from a supply standpoint, right? Inventory, comps, days on market, those are all revolving around the inventory, right? The supply side of the equation. RealScout is pioneering a way to visualize the demand in the market. How many buyers are searching? What price ranges they're searching in? And are they getting more or less active on the site over time? Which are the most popular listings that they're looking at? Comps in the area, okay? So this is a really cool market report that is designed to pique your client's interest. And so the idea is to share these insights with your clients. So on the left here, we're already adding Sally to the system, but we could also send this report to up to 25 other clients at the same time. So it could be a bunch of people in my neighborhood farm or a bunch of people in my sphere of influence, and then keep them updated on a regular basis, every couple of weeks, every month, for example, okay? And then we just click save, and now this has been added to her account. Boom, very easy. Now what Sally's going to get on a regular basis is an email that looks like this. Here's your latest market activity report for Charlotte. Here's a heat map. Here's your branding, of course. And when the client clicks on the blue button, they're taken to the client version of this report, where they can see on the left here how many active buyers there are, how active they are on the site, where they're searching using the heat map here. And right below it, again, they see the buyer activity over time, and they get a nice pretty version of the most popular listings and all the comps in their area, et cetera. Now, the main call to action here, folks, is for the client to communicate with you. So they may say something like, wow, the market looks really hot. Is this the right time to sell? And send you a quick message right from here. So yeah, so this type of information is designed to pique their interest, start a conversation, open some doors, right? Lead to some listing appointments. So the way you can think about this information is it's a representative sample of the market. So if your clients ask you about this, what does this number mean? You say, well, these are actual buyers searching on this platform that I use called RealScout. Okay, and these are actual buyers, and it shows where they're searching. It looks like your neighborhood has a lot of activity amongst all these buyers. Okay, and that's going to hopefully lead to some listing appointments. And it is working, folks. We've been rolling this feature out for months, and lots of agents are getting great results. For example, Katie, an agent in Washington, D.C., said as soon as market alerts became available, she set up all her past buyer clients to receive them on a monthly basis. And she says within 2 months of setting them up, she's received replies from 3 past clients who are interested in selling. Amazing. So she got listing appointments out of it. Kristen, an agent in Ohio, said she had a client ask her to do a walkthrough and a price opinion. She says, I immediately set her up to receive market alerts. She was thoroughly impressed with the data-driven insights, and as a result, wants me to list her house. That's really cool. So these are actual testimonials from agents who are using this information to get listing appointments. And that's step 2. When you have a listing appointment coming up, you can go back to your RealScout dashboard. Okay. And what do you want to do when you have a listing presentation coming up? You want to enhance it with RealScout data right here. You can click Enhance Listing Presentations from this quick start icon. So folks, let's say we're going on a listing appointment this coming weekend, and we want to enter the address in here and see what's going on. So we put in 5300 Doncaster Drive. It's in Charlotte. Okay, this is a fairly large house. It's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath. And I think the target price of this property would be around $825,000 based on my knowledge of local comps, but let's generate a report and take a look. So now when I do that, it's going into our system to take a look at all the buyers that are searching for homes just like this. So you can see the target address, target price, and then right below you see a chart showing me all the different price ranges that the buyers are searching in. This is really cool. It says right here in the dark blue bar in the middle shows me that at a target price of $825,000, there are currently 149 buyers who might be interested in a property like this. Wow, that's pretty cool. You can see if we lower the price a bit, there'd be 2%, 9% more buyers. Now, if we raise the price, there's less buyers, 2% less, 4% less. So you can see how this information might help you and the potential seller dial in the perfect price for their listing. Now, right below, you see the same heat map showing where those buyers are searching and how that activity has changed over time. Now, the best part about this is you can export it as a PDF and bring this buyer demand report with you to your listing presentation. Now, again, folks, this is a demand report, right? There's some commentary here about the buyers that are searching in the area, about where they're searching, different price ranges, suggested price, and how many buyers match. This represents the demand. Now, of course, you're going to go to your presentation with a CMA, all right? That's showing the supply side of the equation. With this demand report, now you have a more complete view of the marketplace. And again, it's going to help you stand out from the crowd and hopefully win that listing. And again, we're getting some great feedback from agents who are using this information to get listing appointments and win their listings. So I did this training recently for a brokerage in Washington, DC, and this agent chimed in at the end with this success story that you just have to hear. It's only 1 minute long. Take a listen to this.
Hey, Jennifer Hernandez, would you mind sharing with us about how you use Test the Market to win 3 listings this week?
I did.
I thought that was pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
I was super excited. I have never signed 3 listing. Well, it's actually 4. I have never signed this many listing agreements in 1 week. So that was a huge milestone for me. And what it is, I love RealScout. I just started putting all my buyers on it. But then when I discovered the market activity and Test the Market with my SOI clients back in October and November, who were actually interviewing other agents to list their homes this spring, having this Test the Market was so key. They were able to see how they love the heat maps, because I think all my clients are techies. They love the heat maps and they love to be able to see the active buyers and the number of buyer interactions. But the other great tool was the PDF that you can download, this the buyer demand report. When you take that to your listing, because all my listing presentations were actually in person, I would print that report and also bring it to them with my iPad so we could go into live. But what they liked is when we were talking about pricing their home, this totally validated what I might be suggesting when they were a little high, because they could see if we went too high, we're losing buyers. And so this I think is one of the key tools right now in your listing presentation. And I think the buyer demand report is what sealed all my listing agreements this week.
Amazing, right? So this agent really, leveraged this tool to have a different story to tell and really, again, win that listing using RealScout data.
Hey.
So let's talk about the last part of the equation here. When you have a new listing and it's on the MLS, you can go back to your RealScout dashboard. Okay, let's go back to our dashboard here. And then under listing tools, click on my listings. And so from here, you'll be able to claim your active listings to unlock the analytics about it. Just we need to know it's yours, just click claim. And then it'll be under my listings here. And you can see there it is, 5300 Doncaster Drive in Charlotte. Now we can view analytics about our listing. Okay, so now you get that same listing detail pop-up you saw earlier, but now there's another tab called Listing Analytics to see what's been happening with your listing, like how many times it's been viewed, by how many specific buyers. Okay, right below you can see how those listing views have changed over time. The listing history might explain some of those ups and downs in the views. You see the same chart showing all the buyers searching at different price ranges. And if your listing wasn't selling as fast as you had hoped, and then you see a whole bunch more buyers searching at just a little bit lower price range, well, maybe you could use this information to get a price reduction. Yeah, have a data-driven conversation with your client about how many more buyers would match if they lower the price. Okay, and then you can see the same heat map and buyer activity over time. Now you might be wondering, how do you get access to those 149 buyers that match my listing? Well, that's where reverse prospecting comes in, folks. So from here, you can see a list of all of the agents at the different brokerages in your marketplace who have buyers that match your listing, whether the buyer viewed the listing or if they're interested in your listing. And you can see here, for example, that Nicole here at Helen Adams has 2 buyers who are interested in my listing. So what you could do right here from RealScout is send Nicole a quick message and say something like, wow, looks like you have some buyers who are interested in my listing. It'd be a fantastic home for your clients and I'd love to work with you. Would you like to schedule a showing? Okay. So this is for sending personalized and thoughtful messages to these agents, folks. Okay, what RealScout is not for is mass emailing hundreds of agents at the same time. Okay, that just results in spam. Nobody likes spam, right? So this is for sending individual thoughtful messages to these agents to try to get your listing sold more effectively. Okay. So folks, those are our brand new features for working with sellers. Now, it all leverages that buyer data that's in the system, right? So the more buyers that are in the system, the more useful and valuable this information will be for everybody. So I wanted to point out just a couple quick things here before we wrap up. You know, how do you share your RealScout account with more people, right? Get more people searching with you. Well, on the left-hand side under extras, you saw some of this earlier. We have social media integration, with some integrations here, widgets and landing page. I just want to show you the landing page here real quick. The landing page, we give you a single page website that you can use to invite people to search with you. Okay. Now you can customize it. All right. And by the way, you get your own specific URL for this. In this case, it's bobbybroker.realscout.me. Okay. Yours would be your first name, last name, .realscout.me. So yeah, you can customize it. You can click the blue button here to customize your landing page and change the background photo and update the text here. You can change it to whatever you want. For example, add your bio and maybe a video about yourself or some pictures. Okay. And your listings are up there too. So then you can start sharing your RealScout account with people and get them searching with you. You can put RealScout searches on social media. If you want to entice people to click on them to search with you, you can create some kind of basic search like open houses in Charlotte this weekend or something. And then step 2 is to share that on social media. So you can use this tool here to put your search on Facebook, for example, or tweet about it or run an ad with it or whatever. And when somebody clicks on your link in your post on social media, they will be taken to your RealScout account where they have to sign up to search with you, right? It's a lead capture form. So you can use our social media integration to get kind of creative with publishing searches or your RealScout platform on social media. And then again, under integrations, we touched on these earlier, but there's ways you can connect RealScout to other tools out there. And again, the way to connect to other CRMs would be to use Zapier to create a connection between RealScout and those tools to transfer clients and activity and so forth. And that will help you keep your systems in sync. And then the Follow-Up Boss integration will appear on this page. So for those of you who use Follow-Up Boss, next week, you'll see at the bottom here will be another section called Follow-Up Boss. And you'll have instructions there on setting that up, okay? So we're excited to launch that next week. And then you can also connect RealScout to Zillow and Realtor.com. So that's a great way to get those types of leads into your RealScout account automatically as well, okay? So take advantage of some of these extras to start sharing your RealScout account and experience with other people, okay? All right. And then lastly, I just want to point out, folks, under the support tab here on the left-hand navigation bar, there's lots of great help and tutorials. We covered a lot today. I know, I understand that. So if you need help with specific features of the system, click on support and it takes you to our member support and learning center. And there's lots of great tutorials here and information on getting up and running with RealScout quickly, such as getting started. There's tutorials on all those listing agent tools I showed you just a moment ago for working with sellers and doing the reverse prospecting or sending market alerts to your potential sellers. Let me scroll down here. I want to show you something earlier as well. Kelly asked earlier if this would be a friendly app for my mom who's not so tech savvy. You see there's a section called Home Buyer Video Tutorials. So this is pretty cool. Right here under Home Buyer Experience, there's a link to Getting Started with RealScout. This is a 3-minute video that talks about how the clients can use RealScout with you. Okay.
Welcome to RealScout. To assist you in your property search, I have created an account for you to view properties with data directly from the MLS.
Okay, so you could actually take this video, copy the link to the video here in the address bar, and put it in your welcome email. Hi, I've created an account for you on RealScout. If you need some help using it, click here, right? There's your tutorial. So hopefully that will help your mom, Kelly, get the best use out of the RealScout system, okay? And then I wanted to point out here at the bottom some things we offer. We can offer to help get your clients and searches onto RealScout for you. Folks, we have a migration service, all right, where we can help import your clients and invite them all to search with you if you want. Or option 2 is we can transfer your existing searches. Maybe you have your searches set up in the MLS. Okay, and you want to transfer them into RealScout. Well, we will do the work for you. Click this blue button here to migrate my existing searches. Tell us where your searches are. Maybe they're in the MLS or some other listing alert system. And then our member success coaches will reach out to you and transfer them over one by one. Okay, so that's a free service we offer. Please take advantage of it. We want to make it easy for you to get success with the RealScout system. And then finally, at the bottom here, how to get help? Well, you can contact our support staff by emailing support@realscout.com or give us a call. But keep in mind, folks, our support staff is on the West Coast. So it is 9 to 5 Pacific time, which is 12 to 8 here on the East Coast. Okay, so we're standing by to help you get success with the platform. We're invested in your success here. We want to make sure you guys are getting the most value from this platform and selling some more homes because of it. Okay. So with that, I'll open it up to some final questions. Haley asks, when will it be available on the agent portal? I don't know. Anna, is that a question for you?
That is, yes. So after we're done answering some questions, I'm going to go over just a few things in regards to a couple of questions that you guys have been direct messaging me. But for now, let's go ahead and see if there's any other questions regarding RealScout for Bart that he can go ahead and answer for us while we got them. Any questions at all regarding the market activity, the experience for the seller, for the buyer? Anything at all?
Well, remember, if anything comes up, if you can't think of anything right now, or if you need help while you're using this system, we're standing by. So you can, again, email us or give us a call. We'd be delighted to help you. Debbie says this was great. Thank you so much. I certainly appreciate the feedback, Debbie. Thank you. And again, hope you enjoyed this presentation. Remember, RealScout is for both buyers and for sellers. Take advantage of some of those seller features because there's a lot of buyer data in our system in the Charlotte area. And I know you're going to be able to use this to win and sell more listings as we head into the spring selling season, right? We all need more listings. Inventory is so tight out there. So set up your past buyer clients on those market alerts. Put your sphere of influence on them. You never know who might actually be looking to sell their home. Okay?
Okay, real quick before you guys head off, I'm not going to keep you much longer, but the recording for this will be on our agent portal under that technology tab. You guys know where that is. You're very familiar with it. And you'll just scroll down over to RealScout. We'll go ahead and put that there. The other thing I want to say to tie some loose ends up, whether you are an admin, whether you are an agent, we have to give you access to an account. So if you don't currently have one or don't know your password, go ahead and give our tech team a email. Go ahead and shoot that over. Aaron or Amy, if you could put that in the chat real quick, that would be fantastic. But we have to give you access and then you can start using it for free to help you do business. Bart went over amazing features that this seriously does offer for you guys. And we're very proud to be associated with them and have this account. So go ahead and enjoy the rest of your days. Again, shoot our tech team an email if you have any questions at all on how to access an account. Okay. But thank you again, Bart, for joining us. And thank you everyone for joining. I do appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.